I would, just be frustrated because I would go, and anytime I got stuck, I knew I wouldn't get no help in that class. And I would ask a friend, and that was in the class with me, and they'd be like, I'm stuck too, I don't know, and she won't answer my question. So one day I went to her, and it was just something coming up off of her that my little spirit picked up. And I didn't know anything about racism back then. I didn't understand it, but she gave me my first experience with it. And she had been giving it to me that whole time. I had just finally honed in on it. And I went to her and I asked her, and she looked at me nasty. She looked at me real nasty and gave me her famous answer: read the board. And I went and had a discussion with another classmate, during recess, and she was like, yeah, that lady ain't right. And I was like, heard older people talking about it. I'm like, I think I just experienced racism. This lady does not like black children, and she has no business in this classroom teaching us, because she wasn't teaching us. If you got it, you got it. If you didn't get it, drown. That's kind of the vibe and energy that she gave off every day for 2 years that I suffered and sat in her classroom. And I think about that, and I think about the world, and I think about if she knew God, if she really, really knew God, regardless of my skin color and the things that we're taught. If you're an educator, you're an educator. Matters not your nationality, matters not your skin color, because there's only one race, and that's the human race. Human. Hue. Hue. They changed the spelling of it because we come in many different hues, but we are one people. It used to be one land, Pangea, and they got separated. It was one people, many different tribes. Many things happen because this world has a real deep history, and it's a lot of stuff. But back to my point, if she knew God and served him in spirit and in truth, I probably would have been educated correctly in this system that they have set up. And it's vitally important that you have God in your life. It's vitally important that you understand who you are in his world and how to operate in this world holding his hand. Um, People say, well, I'm not religious, and I'm not into all that, and I don't believe in God, I believe in myself. And to each his own. Live and let live. But one thing that I wanted to point out to people is that interruptions. One thing that I wanted to point out to people is that if you just believe in this 3D reality, that you're just here in the physical, but they say when you die, your spirit lives on. If you say that, then you somewhere subconsciously believe that there's a spirit, that you have a spirit. And anyone who is born with a spirit is a spiritual being. It has nothing to do with religion or the esoteric things in life. It just is what it is. I am a spirit wrapped up in flesh, like everyone else that was born with a soul. So this spirit had to come from somewhere. There had to be a creator. I have a mother who birthed me, and her mother birthed her, and on and on and on down the line, until the first being that came down in this reality So where did they come down from, and who did they come from? Because those first beings had to have parents. I like to say that those parents are God, is God. And that's where you come from. So there is a spiritual connection in all of us. And we are all connected, whether you believe it or not, because what the person outside on the street does affects me. What I do affects them. I'm like, well, I just stick to my own kind, or I stick to my own people, and that doesn't affect me. I don't think like that. It's just like saying that the sun doesn't affect you. Well, it does affect you if you go outside. Well, it's clouds, I don't see it. It still affects you. Those rays still coming through, that energy still coming through, because the trees are growing, the plants are growing, and they need the sun. And as a living being, you need the sun. It gives you vitamin D and information, and gives you so much. You're almost like a plant, because you photosynthesize the information that's coming in through the sun. You are affected. I don't believe in all this DNA. Everybody believes in DNA, but have you ever seen a DNA molecule? Not the ones on TV, but can you see it with your eye? But yet it affects you, because it is you. So I challenge people to just think about what they say, and just give it consideration. I want to kind of keep the videos short, because I could talk for hours and hours and hours and hours. And like I said, I was instructed by the Spirit to get up and make a video. Instructed. And I was given these instructions, I'll probably want to say the beginning of March. It is now the end of May. And because I get so much information through the Spirit all the time. Generally, if I'm just sitting quietly, I'll go into a meditative state, and here it come. I'll wake up, and if I'm quiet and not moving around too long, here it come. And a lot of times I'll get information, and I'll start thinking through the information. I'll start speaking on it, and the Spirit's like, I need you to share this information, because what good is it that I'm giving it to you and you're not sharing it with anyone? It's good that you have this information, but I've given it to you to share, because there's such a need. There is much need. The world is abundant, but it's abundant in a lot of things that are not of God. So that is my take and my time. I'll be posting videos on a regular basis. I'll probably try and do at least 4 videos a day, because that's how much information I'm bombarded with. But if you have any thoughts, I'd love to hear from you, what you thought about the video, or if you have a jewel or a nugget and I said something that sparked something in you. I may need something, because we all need each other. That's just what it is. We all need each other. But I bid you in peace and love, and stay positive. Do something nice for somebody. Be kind. Be kind. There's so much negativity out in the world. The world could use a little bit of kindness. Be blessed.